Hi, good evening, everyone. I'm Shweta. She's Guinea, and we are from Guinea's Planet. And we also have Polomi, who is also almost from Guinea's Planet because she calls this as her second home, even if
Yeah.
this is her online home.
Hi, good evening, everyone. And I think today is a new year in many communities. So happy Gudi Parva, Ugadi in Bangalore. The Bengali New Year is a day ahead, and so on. So I think the times are turbulent, but I think we should not forget festivals and happiness.
Yeah. And welcome to the second conversation on what Guinea reads. This is coming to you every Tuesday live at 7 p.m. So, Polomi, today, what are you recommending to Guinea and other children? What should they read this week?
Okay, thank you for asking. It's a very, very interesting book. I'm not sure whether people have heard about it much. This is how the front page looks. So this is by Seagull Publications, written by KG Subramaniam and illustrated by him. I need not introduce KG Subramaniam to most of the people who are from art background. He's a renowned artist. Had been with MS University Baroda. He studied from Vishwabharati Shantiniketan, and is an amazing, amazing writer as well. I think nobody writes like him for children.
Great. Sounds exciting. So, tell us why are you recommending this week?
Okay, so first of all, I will just try and show you things, how the illustrations are going around. Very interesting. They're not like laid out, nicely, beautifully painted and colored, black and white with a lot of, immense, textured feel. Um, why it is important? Because of the title of the book, which I did not say so far. I'm reading it out. When God first made the animals, he made them all alike. Um, I think in today's world, I think we are all struggling with many things, with diversity, with difference, and tolerating them. Though often we speak about a world of empathy and diversity, but I think we often feel a sense of power in being different. And this book speaks exactly about that. And it speaks to children about it. The story is very interesting. It's about all the animals were alike at one day, and they were all mistaken, like Sita was called Gita and Gita was called someone else, till I mean they just appealed that there needs to be something different, and then they were given a wardrobe. Okay, and then they started dressing themselves up and decided, oh, I would call myself this and I will call myself that, and they loved to see themselves different so much that they started wearing them, to sleep and to drink, so much so that even when the external makeup and the dresses were worn out, they still did not forget the act of being different and what that created, the fight and all these things. So it's a very, very interesting book. I would request all parents and children to get a hold of it. Seagull Publications. It's also not very expensive like most other children's picture books. But I think it's interesting to know, right, how we deal with differences which we ourselves bring upon, uh, to be interesting, and what it does to us.
Right, that sounds great. So, is this only picture book, or are there also words and
There are
sentences
words.
written
There
somewhere?
are
Okay,
words. So
okay,
so to my daughter, I will read it out because it has some amount of text, right? But minimal text. But yes, it's a picture come textbook, which intersperses, and the beauty is that it also enables the child to imagine more than it is, right? So some parts, like how the elephant became to look as it is, because it decided to put two cigars on two sides of his mouth, right? That's where how the task comes. So I mean, these are certain things which makes it so interesting for the child to start visualizing, and then suddenly find a cause effect. Acha, oh, acha, that must be the reason. I think that's what makes it extremely interactive and enjoyable.
right. Sounds lovely because it's almost like feeding into imagination of children who anyway love imagining things
Yeah,
and
yeah,
trying
yeah.
different things.
And
Yeah.
also you're not preachy, right? Like you're saying that, hi, it's interesting to be different, but it's only when fights begin suddenly the child is asking that, oh, I mean, but it's interesting to dress up in different way, but why should we fight with each other? But we were all the same. But then also, and that struggle leaving you with questions is very interesting, right? Because you always want to find answers, a neat ending that doesn't do it, in fact, right?
Okay, so that means you're also preparing the reader by saying that it does not have that neat ending that you may imagine it to
No,
have.
no,
Okay,
it doesn't. It doesn't. It just ends that it's still today. So what do you think about it, right? And I
right,
think that's what makes also, I mean, in case of my daughter, I have seen wanting to read it again and again and try
right.
interpreting different things, right? Yeah.
Great. So, can you tell us more about the experience of reading it to your daughter, and can you also read out maybe one or two sentences from it?
Okay, I think first I would cite the experience of my daughter when she first read it. I think one day she was like, she was still thinking. She was not able to understand. It started with so much of enjoyment, but what happened? I think still there is the problem was not resolved. Right? People are fighting with one another. It's the next day where I saw what happened. So she had few dolls, right, who wear dresses. She decided to undress them because she just found out, okay, maybe because of that they are all different. Of course we spoke more about it, that that's only one part of difference, because here though, even when the dresses were worn out, it went into your head and you were not able to get rid of that. But I think uh, this small anchors that how difference is also created in externalities. It's very subtly spoken about it. And um, and uh, and and that is it. I will just read I will read out, two paragraphs, very small, right? Okay. And seeing it, their new faces, they all snorted their own special ways. What a sight we are! But in their heart of hearts, each one told himself that he looked real gorgeous and that he wanted to remain this way and better than the other.
Lovely, lovely. Actually, these lines, I don't know. I'm sure the other lines are also equally good, but
Yes.
these ones are definitely. I love them. So here is the recommendation from this week. I hope and we hope that you
Absolutely.
do get this book and read it with your children and have lots of fun looking at what questions you're not getting answers for, and we hope you'll find them together.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So thanks a lot, Paulomi, and thank you, audience, for joining us again today. And next Tuesday, let's see what's in store and which is the other book that's coming.
I
Bye
look
now.
forward. Enjoy. Bye.